dudes are carrying too many rifle magazines. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Trench Grenade channel. Today we are going to be discussing rifleman kit loadout, and more importantly, how many magazines should I be carrying with my rifleman kit. A lot of guys are going to be upset by this video, and that's okay. That's kind of my job, to bring you guys back to reality. So let's just get right into it, guys. If you enjoy the content, leave a comment down below on how many rifle mags you carry for your basic loadout. Also, comment down below when the last time you walked with weight on your back and any sort of rifleman's kit actually loaded out. I'll just show you what I got going on here. Any sort of rifleman's kit actually loaded out and you went on any sort of long range patrol, walk, whatever. Let me know. How far did you walk and how many magazines did you carry and what did you find out about your kit setup? Do all this stuff. Join the Patreon. It's $5 a month. Thank you to those that do. And it gets you access to the Discord server. Let's just get right into it. So I'm going to tell you how many magazines you do not need. You do not need 12 magazines, 15 magazines. You do not need 10 magazines. You don't. I'm going to tell you how many magazines you need. Go ahead and guess. Pause the video. We're at 125. Pause. Boom. Hit the pause. Comment, how many magazines do you think we need, both for rifle and for handgun? Comment. Do you think we need 5, 6, 7? How many is he going to say? Well, I'll tell you. You need 7 rifle magazines and 3 total handgun magazines. Now, those handgun magazines also include the one already in the gun. The rifle magazines also include the one that's already in the gun. So, again, you need 7 rifle magazines and you need 3 handgun magazines. Why? Well, because a lot of you guys are forgetting the #1 rule of a gunfight, and that is survive the gunfight. If you haven't walked around in a while with your helmet on, with your Minuteman rig, whether it be a chest rig, body armor, if you haven't walked around with your assault pack on, with things like food, 3 field stripped MREs, that's heavy. If you haven't walked around with things like water, that gets super heavy, super quick, right? Even if you're just carrying 3 to 4 Nalgene's, 3 to 4 1-quart Nalgene water bottles like this bad Larry right here, even if you're carrying 3 of these, plus 3 field stripped MREs, your body armor, and your helmet, and let's even give you the benefit of the doubt and say you're only using a chest rig. Okay, cool, but you still are going to have a ton of weight. Let's move on from there. Sleep system. You have to have some sort of sustainment, okay? So some sort of sleep system, whether it be your poncho, whether it be your poncho liner, and now let's add in snivel gear. Fleece cap, you know, waffle top, maybe a silk top, maybe a wet weather jacket based on whatever environment you're getting into. Fire starting kit for emergencies, you know, chapstick. Oh, chapstick doesn't weigh anything. Yeah, but how about we add up all the stuff, right? Your land navigation material, your GPS, your hand grenades, your extra socks, your wet weather-proof stuff, your lickies and chewies, your lighter, your e-tool, so you can actually dig in and not die. All the things, right? So understand, when you're planning your Minuteman kit, when you're planning your without rule of law, you know, grid down kit, you need to understand that 7 magazines for the rifle and 3 magazines for your handgun is going to do 99.999 repeating percent of the things that you need it to do. Going to 8 rifle mags, 9 rifle mags, 10 rifle mags, that is just going to add unneeded bulk and unneeded weight to your overall scenario. And a lot of guys are going to be in the comments saying things like this. Trench, I'm by myself, so I need to bring as much firepower to the table as possible, or I don't stand a chance. Well, Mr. Minuteman, if you're by yourself and you don't have a community, you, sir, are already dead. Now, if you're still like, well, I'm going to die in a pile of brass. Well, probably not, because you're not even going to make it a mile with your 15 magazines in your ruck, because you probably forgot something that you should have brought back at home or wherever you left it, because you brought an extra 5 magazines that yeah, we might want them, but we can't physically carry them with all of our sustainment, helmet, personal protective equipment. If you have night vision, go ahead and add that to the list. Maybe extra boots. I don't know, things that you're actually going to need. Maybe a little bit of class 6 if you need some whiskey for whenever you get to where you're going. Trench, what are you talking about? You're going to bring cigarettes and whiskey over an extra magazine? All right, you go live in a hole for 5 days, and you let me know how miserable you are. Stand up every morning, walk for 6 hours, dig in, and you let me know, do you want more magazines or do you want more cigarettes? Do you want more socks? You let me know what you think about those 15 magazines that you're carrying. And let me know, did you dump the magazines or the entrenching tool? That's a shovel. Which one do you think you held on to? Yeah, the E-tool, so you could dig in and not die by drones. You guys kind of catch the drift. Also, here's a little bit of a spoiler alert. There are going to be more of these laying around on the ground if you are successful at patrolling. Y'all see what I'm getting at there? There will be more of these laying around, okay? Or more of these laying around when you get to where you're going. There's not always going to be more snivel gear. There's not always going to be more darn tough socks or merino wool socks. There's not always going to be a good assault pack loadout of things to keep you alive. Ammunition is not the end all be all. I know YouTube tells you that, without 15,000 magazines, you're going to die. But you know what else might be cool? Just surviving the night and not freezing to death, having enough food, having enough water. Because guess what? Water is extremely heavy. For those that have never patrolled before, water sucks to carry. So let me know in the comments below how many magazines, and be honest, how many magazines are you guys carrying for your actual WROL kit? And don't come down here in the comments saying things like, well, I'm carrying 15 in my Alice gear or my Smurfs rig or whatever. Buddy, the guys that say that, you're airsofting, you're LARPing too hard, okay? I need you to go put that stuff on and go walk around in it and let me know how much you hate your life after a couple days. And by walk around in it, I don't mean by just going on one walk. I mean literally go do some sort of milsim event, go do some sort of long-term training, and you're going to tell me 7 magazines for a rifle and 3 magazines for handgun were more than enough, and you probably didn't even need the handgun, is what the vast majority of you are going to say. And the vast majority will probably say, Trench, would it be possible to leave the handgun and just take 1 or 2 more rifle mags? I would say it's a trade-off that you have to weigh on your own, but I would tell you as a general rule of thumb, to cover your bases, 7 rifle, 3 handgun. Keep the handgun. You never know when you're going to need it, even if it's just to go to the latrine and not want to have to carry your rifle every time. Sometimes just having a handgun can be a very useful tool. Okay, that's a lot of talking. Thanks for being here, guys. I look forward to reading your comments. Consider joining the Patreon. It's only $5 a month. It gets you access to the closed Discord server. Thanks for being here. Thank you for the support. Hit the like button if you got this far. And until next time, it's going to be Trench Grenade, your average rifleman combat loadout enjoyer that your mom said that we have at home, signing out. Cheers.